Okay, welcome to Wednesdays in Build and Rebuild. This is going to be a fun one. So hold on tightly, let go lightly. We're going to do hold squats. If you have a band, we can use it. If you need a build and you're like, oh my gosh, what's a band? Do not worry about it. We'll get there. External rotation, switching sides, squat bounces at parallel, and then squat for reps, which is a misnomer because we don't ever count reps. We count time. I would rather have, I want good form to the point that that's all you think about. You have no idea how much you've done. You've only paid attention to each movement while you're in it and waiting for the buzzer to go off on your interval timer. So the first move, hold squats with the band. What that means, if you have a band, it's gonna go around your knees. If you don't have a band, do not worry about it. We're gonna start where you're at. It is not better. What I care about when you go down into a squat, two things. One, the alignment. We want to make sure your feet are no more than 2 fists apart. Okay, 2 fists. Don't overthink it, but like people like to take big to be stable, and we don't want that. We just want this. And from there, when we squat, we want to think about pressing our booty back and really leaning instead of extending. So what people tend to do is tilt their pelvis back, and we don't want that. We want that booty to go, we want you to tilt forward, booty back, and go down as far as you can. If you've got that band around your knee, what's gonna happen, because again, we're doing this barefoot, the tendency is for the knees to roll in because the ball of your foot is round. But what we wanna do, think about the positioning of our back, press it back, go down, and don't let those knees go inward. So if you don't have a band, if you do, take a really tight one so that you're pressing outward. But we can just put a pillow in there and achieve the same end. It's gonna keep our knees from pressing in. Don't think about holding the pillow. Don't worry about dropping it. If you drop it, it's just fine. If you feel this in your lower back, talk to me, because you shouldn't. Okay, we're gonna do those for 30 seconds. We're gonna move nice and slow. We're gonna hold it at the bottom. Hold, and then slowly rise. Okay? And then the external rotation, switching sides. This, don't let it freak you out too much. It's a balance move. External rotation just means that we're going to take this bone and rotate it outward so it feels like a groin stretch. Watch what's happening with my feet when I do this. Oops. Okay. Starting here, rotate outward, inward. Outward, inward. And here, so I think of this as neutral. This would actually be inward. That's an internal rotation. You should feel a nice stretch here. External rotation, neutral. External, neutral. External, neutral. It should feel good. Like I said, that should feel activated and stretched. Other side, same thing. External rotation, neutral. External, neutral. External, neutral. External, neutral. Think about keeping those hip bones pressing straight forward. Feel that nice little twist and stretch for your groin. But what we're really doing is conditioning your hip joints and getting the bursa sacs in a really nice spot, getting them nice and full, because that is, as gross as this sounds, the lubrication that keeps everything moving smoothly. Anyway, so glad that's done. Now we're going back to squat bounces at parallel. So assuming that same squat position, we're just gonna bounce it and try to hold. So if you can go all the way parallel, terrific. But this is build and rebuild. Lower is not better. Listening to your body is best. Wherever you go, try to stay there. This is the trick that I usually use. I go down every time I bounce. I should touch the chair. If I can't touch the chair on the down, that means I floated up, and we don't want that. Pulse, 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 pulse. And this should feel, you should feel nothing in your lower back. If you do, you're probably hyperextending. That we do not want. Push your booty back and keep it straight. Now, after all that, final set of squats. Barefoot, try to pull your big toe off the ground without letting your foot roll inward. We're just going to do regular squats. Another trick, I like to put my arms in the air. Because that adds a little something to your back. Feels nice and supportive. Gonna do as many good form squats. Again, not rushing, not counting, not trying to beat last week, none of that. We never do comparisons. We stay in the moment, in the movement, and do the best movement possible. So when we say squat for reps, we're just saying do one good movement over and over and over throughout the course of a minute, a full working minute. That's it. Finally, again, I can't say this enough. If you feel anything in your lower back, reach out to your coaches, tag me. They will tag me. We'll work it out, but you really shouldn't feel this in your lower back. Feel in your booty.